Donald Trump has given Andrew Holness 48 hours, my people. May have some for play phone. Get this video to 1,000 likes. It's important. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video, my people. Protection Fridays continues. Listen to this.
Bless up love again to everybody out there, yeah? And may I give the Prime Minister of my country, the Prime Minister, the heads of state of Jamaica.
48 hours.
48 hours, yeah? To comment to the people, to make the people them know what I go on and the speech about Cuba. Now, yeah? USA, yeah? The heads of state of USA, Donald Trump, you guys are nobody if you come dictate, if you come tell we how to deal with the Cubans, yeah? And if you tell we who to send we back. Because you as a big nation, a big world, first world country like you, America, you know what the biggest support you have support to the Caribbean? M16, Glocks and Beretta and Glock 49. Those are the biggest trade where you carry to the Caribbean. You, America, have so many blood on your shoulders to come talk about the Cubans are exploiting and do all type of madness. America, you should be the last country if you have anything to say. You are one of the biggest terrorists in the world. Yeah, America. And you can never dictate to Jamaica. And me can tell the heads of state of Jamaica, if the Cubans cannot stay here, so shall the US Embassy and so shall the USA shall not stay here either. You understand me? So it's simple me if the Cubans them can't stay in Jamaica here, so shall the US Embassy shall just close down and go home back. Yeah? And our paramilitary group have all been ready and stand up and ready and be firm, ready to take on this journey. And will not stand because my great grandmother, my four parents, if you see how them eye, if you see how cataract, Cubans come and clean cataract off of them eye, let me tell you something, my Prime Minister of Jamaica. Be mindful, beware, yeah? And know what you are doing and the decision that you are making. If you don't understand the system, please go back and read your history. Look at the Ozimati High School. Look at the Savamar Hospital. Yeah, people no help me out. You understand me? So don't play around with the Cubans. Yeah, and we will stand. Forever stand with the Cubans. The Cuban have been sanctioned for 60 years. 60 years by the United States of America. And all know they have not lifted none of these sanctions from Fidel Castro days till now. And the Cubans, as a country that have more than 70, more than 150 sanctions on them, help Jamaica more than America. The most help America give Jamaica and the Caribbean is M16 gun.
Alright, so I'm not going to waste no more on the time. Here is the important question. Everybody answer this question for me. Who should Andrew Holness side with, Cuba or US? I'm going to ask you the question. Who should the Prime Minister side with, Cuba or the United States? Because this is now creating a stir. Enough people don't know what going on, you know. Watch this. Apparently now the Prime Minister is being left in a situation that if he sides with Cuba, he runs the risk of losing the United States as a partner. And if he side with the US, he runs the risk of losing Cuba and everything glorious and glamorous that Cuba has done for Jamaica. And apparently many persons are now saying that Prime Minister Andrew Holness is a sellout if he side with Donald Trump over the Cuban people them. But don't take my word for it. Let's get into it, everybody. Right? Now, according to what is being said, there is a diplomatic dilemma, and that in the case is the balancing act between loyalty to long-standing allies and the lure of economic benefit from emerging global powers. Now, historically, Jamaica's relationship with the US, its largest trading partner, has been strong. However, China's increasing presence in the region, particularly through its Belt and Road Initiative BRI, has complicated matters. Now, China's significant investment in infrastructure development have made it a major benefactor for Jamaica and other Caribbean nations. Okay, who is he going to side with at the end of the day? Because the people must say Cuba has done so much for Jamaica, including we benefited heavily from the Cuban doctors. You understand? Schools were built. Jonathan Grant. You understand? And of course, you know, we can speak about how much impactful the Cuban doctors are and how, you know, them seem for a miracle. You understand? But at the end of the day, we risk losing a big payday if we side with them over the United States. So now, the question is, who should him side with? Because Jamaica is awaiting. Already some islands are now saying that they side with Cuba and they are willing to risk their United States visas. Is that a risk that Andrew Holness wants to take? Because apparently if you side with Cuba, then the United States cut you off permanently and you risk losing everything over there. Anyway, let's get right to it, my people. Now, on the other hand, Jamaica's relationship with Cuba, a loyal partner in good times and bad, and particularly in the whole Big C incident being, well, complicated by the US accusations of trafficking. Now, Jamaica's foreign policy priorities emphasizes maintaining a viable system of multilateral partnerships promoting economic development and the cooperation with the other nation. However, navigating these complex relationships requires careful diplomacy and strategic decision making to avoid being caught in a zero sum game between competition global powers. Now, the country's current diplomatic dilemma has historically parallel, notably with Michael Manley's experience. Now, when Manley supported Cuba's intervention, the liberation struggle, he faced pressure from the United States seeking refuge in the non-aligned movement, which could shield him from the repercussions that allowed. Now, in contrast, Barbadian Prime Minister Mia Mottley's bold stance on Cuba has heightened Andrew Holness's silence, rendering it spineless and indeed treacherous. And in shortest terms, they must say him is a sellout. Jamaican people are watching, and it is so coincidental that some of the most relevant issues the Prime Minister seems to speak on, well, irrelevant issues he chooses to speak on, and the real ones he doesn't. You understand? Like in the parenting or the DNA testing of fiscal discipline, the PNP is not the father. Rubbish. Speak about your allegiance in Parliament, whether it be the United States or it is Cuba, because Barbados make them move already. No. Anyway, this is what it is. Interestingly, Jamaica is one of two CARICOM countries which has so far refused to sign on to the partnership agreement between member of State of Caribbean Community and African Export-Import Bank, which is the Affirmix Bank, which aims to strengthen trade and investment links between Africa and CARICOM member states. Now, it has been nearly 2 years since the Pan-African Multilateral Financial Institution set up a CARICOM office in Barbados, August 4, 2023, yet Jamaica has not decided to join the partnership. Now, the Affirmix Bank board has allocated $1.5 billion for CARICOM members, and they're saying that it is to rectify the agreement with the potential for the amount increase to $3 billion if remain under the state sign-on. Now, the financial instruments offered an Affirmix Bank could provide substantial support for economic development in the region, emphasizing the need for comprehensive participation. Now, Jamaica's foreign policy prioritizes and emphasizes the strengthening relationship with international partnerships of supporting in the national development goal. However, the current situation demands a reevaluation of Jamaica's alliances. The People's National Party, PNP, has historically maintained a fraternal relationship in the Communist Party of China, supporting the one move policy when friends were few. So there you go. Yeah. Who am I gonna pick? You tell me. Drop a like on the video, share the video, more to come. Stay tuned, dog, on the way. I will be back.